the biggest news and some incredibly sad news for the New York Jets, who defeated the Buffalo Bills last night 22-16 in what was a surprising win. Not for me, I picked them to win, but surprising in the fact that they won the way they did, considering they went into the game. Their offense was looking a little rough, and then on their first series, on like the fifth play, Aaron Rodgers gets sacked, his ankle pops, and it turns out he now has a torn Achilles and is out for the year. That just stinks. I mean, Jets fans and the Jets traded for a guy who was disgruntled out of from Green Bay. Comes to New York, looks refreshed, he looks motivated, brings in his favorite OC, brings in some weapons. You think, this is it. This is going to be the year for the Jets, and then it's just all taken away in one play, and would just like to just send my condolences to Jets fans for that. That's rough. But the Jets held on. Their defense stood steady and intercepted Josh Allen 3 times and forced a fumble on him, which they recovered. And Zach Wilson, who came in, started off a little rough with an interception, but played well down the stretch and led a game-tying touchdown where he threw it right to a defender. But Garrett Wilson just happened to be in the way where he popped the ball up and like it was backyard football and caught it to tie the game. And then in overtime, what happens? The Jets win on a punt return. So congratulations, New York Jets. Great win. However, with the loss of Aaron Rodgers, I'm not so certain this team is going to win the division as I originally had picked. I had them going 12-5, and now I don't know if that's actually going to happen because of the loss of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I think it's a little too much to overcome. Zach Wilson's very iffy at quarterback. And just losing Rodgers, such an emotional blow. I don't know if the Jets can steer it and get enough wins to win the division. However, watching last night and thinking about it, and this might sound crazy, I don't think the Jets are out of playoff contention. And honestly, I wouldn't bet against them to make the playoffs. And, yeah. Here's why. They had every single right to lose to the Bills last night. No Aaron Rodgers, first week with a new OC. Just the Bills have obviously won the division the last 3 years with great records. Going up against Josh Allen. I mean, and they're playing Zach Wilson. There is no reason the Jets should have won that game, yet they did. I mean, this team came back from 10 down in the third quarter with field goal drive and then a touchdown drive just to win this game. Wow. Just impressive. And why I really like the Jets this year is the defense, man. That defense is so loaded. It's insane. I mean, C.J. Mosley, Sauce Gardner, Jordan Whitehead now has come out of nowhere and played very well. They have Quinnen Williams as well. It is a stacked defense. It was top 5 last year, and it's only getting better as Sauce Gardner is in his second season. And the offense, while not great, the offense line's iffy. I mean, Garrett Wilson was Offense Rookie of the Year last year and played amazingly last night. Breece Hall has not lost a step after that ACL injury. And Dalvin Cook, obviously, is going to get better with time. I mean, Allen Lazard seems like a really solid number 2 option at receiver. This team, I think, can go places. I mean, they were they started at 7-3 last year in the division lead before they benched Zach Wilson. And I know the big if here is Zach Wilson. However, Zach Wilson went 5-2 as a starter before they benched him last season. I mean, his only 2 losses were to New England. Other than that, he was beating guys like Josh Allen. He was beating guys like Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh Steelers. I know Zach Wilson is a meme. I know people don't like him. He does throw a lot of interceptions. He doesn't throw a lot of touchdowns. He's very inefficient as a quarterback. But for some reason, every time it feels like when the game is close and Zach Wilson gets the ball late, he's just going to march down the field and score a touchdown or field goal or whatever, or at least set his team up in a position to win. I mean, he went 6. He's now in games. Last 10 games he's played in, he is 6-4. Should be 7-3 because they should have beaten the Lions last year, or could have beaten the Lions last year when Zach Wilson set up the team for game-tying field goal, which Greg the Leg left. I honestly think the Jets could be all right. I mean, they're going to Dallas next week. No one's giving them a chance. They could go up there, show up against Dallas, and because they're better than the New York Giants, actually pull off a win, especially since Dallas has a tendency to overlook small opponents. Let's be real here. Dallas does overlook, underdog opponents. And honestly, this team does really remind me of the Giants last year. No one expected them to do anything with this quarterback, with their, early quarterback who's not great, not terrible. But they came out of nowhere with strong coaching. I think the Jets have strong coaching. They have a great run game, just like the Giants. Their O-line supposedly weak, yet they held up fairly well against a Bills pass rush that is ferocious and won the game. They have some solid receivers like the Giants did last year. Their defense, just like the Giants, was great. I think this Jets team could actually make the playoffs this year and win like 10 games. I don't think they're going to win the division. But I think that they're going to be fairly competitive and still be a playoff team. Mark my words. Now, if this goes horribly wrong, oh well. I was wrong, but I really do think the Jets are going to be good this season.